We love a good villain. But what happens when the villain is the main character? When the story invites us into their thoughts, their pain, their justifications, and suddenly the monster doesn't seem that bad anymore. We don't just watch them, we become them. Stories are empathy machines. The moment we see through someone's eyes, we start to understand them. That's the power and the danger of putting a villain in the main role. In You, we spend hours hearing Joe's thoughts. We see his loneliness, his reasoning, his obsession. And because we understand him, some people start to forgive him. But understanding isn't the same as approval. It's empathy without accountability. When audiences can't analyze media critically, they blur that line. Joe Goldberg becomes just misunderstood. Walter White becomes a badass. Light Yagami becomes the hero of justice or something. But these stories were never meant to glorify them. They were meant to warn us about what power, obsession, and ego can do. Here's where it gets tricky. The main character is the one we're taught to empathize with. From childhood, we're taught to root for whoever the camera follows. So when the story gives us an evil protagonist, we don't switch off that instinct. We still root for them. And sometimes we start seeing ourselves in them. Pause. That's the danger of self-insertion. When identification replaces reflection. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't tell stories about villains. Some of the best media does it perfectly. Breaking Bad shows Walter's transformation from desperate to delusional. Death Note builds Light's ego until it consumes him. These stories challenge the audience, not comfort them. They make you complicit, then make you question why you feel that way. The problem isn't the media. It's the audience's relationship with it. We live in a time where everything is content, and morality becomes aesthetic. When people post Joe Goldberg is just lonely TikToks, it's not analysis, it's detachment. The villain becomes a meme, not a mirror. But great storytelling was never meant to make us feel comfortable. It was meant to make us confront ourselves. So maybe the question isn't why do we make villains the main characters? It's why do we forget they're villains once we do? Because sometimes the scariest thing about these stories isn't the character we're watching. It's how easily we become them. So I'll leave you with this. Understanding a monster doesn't mean forgiving one. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know in the comments. Tell me if you agree with me. Tell me if you don't agree with me. Tell me anything. But remember, thank you for giving me your time today. Peace.